We begin with the latest on North Korea's ballistic missile launch. The regime test-fired a missile Sunday morning that traveled more than 700 kilometers before splashing down in the East Sea. Roughly 24 hours after the launch, the regime has issued a statement through its state-run media claiming it was successful in launching an intermediate-range ballistic missile. This, as speculation has been mounting over the exact type of the missile that was fired. Hwang Hojun has more.
North Korea has carried out its first military provocation since the launch of the new administration in South Korea just 4 days ago. This is the 7th missile provocation by Pyongyang this year alone, and comes just 2 weeks after a missile test that South Korean and U.S. officials said failed. South Korea's military confirmed that the North launched a ballistic missile Sunday morning around 5:30 a.m. Seoul time from an area near the city of Kusong, about 120 kilometers northwest of the regime's capital. According to the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the missile flew some 700 kilometers, and judging by the flight distance, military experts are looking at the launch as a successful one. The exact type of missile it was is not yet clear, but the U.S. Pacific Command said the flight was not consistent with that of an intercontinental ballistic missile. However, Japan's defense minister said that considering the missile's trajectory, there is a chance it was an ICBM or even a new type of missile. According to Japan, the missile reached an altitude of more than 2,000 kilometers in a matter of about 30 minutes before falling into the East Sea in Japan's exclusive economic zone, suggesting it could have been a bigger missile like an ICBM launched at a steep or lofted angle. In other words, if that same missile was launched on a standard trajectory, it could have easily reached a distance of over 4,000 kilometers. If that's true, the missile could have reached American soil because the distance to Alaska is about 5,700 kilometers and to Hawaii about 7,500 kilometers, while an ICBM has a minimum range of about 5,000 or 6,000 kilometers. However, experts also believe it's too soon to jump to the conclusion that Pyongyang has tested its own intercontinental ballistic missile.
To have an ICBM, you have to conduct a lot of tests. This is very time-consuming. Japan just make this kind of conclusion out of the distance and the altitude. That does not necessarily guarantee that it'll be an ICBM. You need much more sophisticated capability to produce ICBM.
Experts also say Sunday's missile launch may be North Korea's way of gaining leverage in future negotiations with the U.S. and South Korea and testing South Korea's new president. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.